Hello everyone. In this lecture we will talk about methods of protein identification. Means if you have got a protein to be identified, so how do you know which protein that is? Generally, any object if you want to identify, you look at the shape of that object and you identify it. And proteins also, they do have different unique shapes. Every protein has a unique shape which is required for its unique function. But the shapes are very small, generally in nanometer range, so you cannot visualize them. Moreover, in order to visualize shape of the protein, or in order to determine 3D structure of a protein, you require sophisticated techniques like cryo-EM, X-ray, crystallography or NMR. So these are some examples of protein shapes. And moreover, these protein shapes, you cannot keep in mind all the intricate detail of the shape. So you make identification from looking at the shape of the protein. So rather, the shape of the protein is determined by primary structure of the protein, that's called amino acid sequence. So every protein has a unique shape which is required for its unique function. And we also know that the shape of a protein, the 3D structure of a protein, is determined by amino acid sequence of the protein. So if you want to identify a protein, and if you know primary structure of the protein or the sequence, what you call sequence of the protein, you can easily identify that protein. And that's a way to know which protein that is under question. So there are different methods to do that. There are in fact three main methods which are used in protein identification. The one method is based on mass spectroscopy. So MS-based method, there are two categories. You call them peptide mass fingerprinting and tandem mass spectroscopy. So these peptide mass fingerprinting we had discussed earlier. So where you fragment proteins and you identify by matching with the database. Second method is a chemical sequencing method. Generally, Edmond degradation method is used here. One chemical is used which react with the N-terminal, and one by one amino acids are identified in a given protein. And the third method is a antibody-based method which is called Western blotting. If you have antibodies available against a particular protein, you can identify presence of that protein in your sample. Peptide mass fingerprinting, as we have discussed also in the earlier lecture in more details, you require a pure protein, generally pure protein, or a single spot from SDS page or from two-dimensional gel electrophoresis. You cut that spot. You fragment that into peptides using protease, like for example like trypsin, and those fragments are run on mass spectrometer to look at the experimental spectra of that protein. So these are different peptides in experimental spectra. Now this experimental spectra is matched with the theoretical spectra available in the database, and after matching, that protein is identified. You can refer earlier lecture on PMF for more details about this technique. Second method is tandem mass spectroscopy, where a given protein is first digested with trypsin, and you have so many fragments, and these fragments are sent after purification using a liquid chromatography. These are sent to a tandem mass spectrometer, where these peptides are further fragmented into amino acid ions, and those ions are put together in order to deduce primary structure of the protein. The third method is a chemical sequencing method, or also known as Edmond degradation method, where Edmond's reagent, what is PITC. So PITC is Edmond's reagent, and PITC is used to react with the N-terminal of the protein, and it cleaves amino acid one after another, and these cleaved amino acid, which is basically PTH, phenylthiohydranone derivative of amino acid, is identified using HPLC. So one by one amino acids are cleaved and they are identified, and thus the amino acid sequence of a protein is deduced. This also we have discussed in a real lecture in great detail. The fourth method is a Western blotting method, where antibodies are used in order to identify a protein. For example, you run protein on the SDS page, and from the page these proteins are blotted into nylon membrane or PVDF membrane. That membrane is treated against primary antibody for the protein, and these primary antibody bind to the protein of your interest, and the presence of primary antibody is detected by a secondary antibody which is coupled to some enzyme, some colorful tag or some fluorescent tag. So from this you know that the given protein is present in the complex mixture or not. And if you compare all the 4 methods, you will see that peptide mass fingerprinting, it has medium throughput, it has very high sensitivity, and you can use pure protein or a simple mixture of protein can be used in order to identify using peptide mass fingerprinting method. Then MS tandem mass spectroscopy is very high, it has very high throughput. The sensitivity also very high, and any kind of mixture, all kind of complex mixture can be used here in order to identify proteins. In fact, these 2 methods are the one which are used at very high scale in order to analyze, in order to identify proteins in proteomic studies. Then the third method is a chemical based method, which is very low throughput, sensitivity is also moderate, and for here you require a very pure protein, and the protein should have N terminal also free. If N terminal is modified, you cannot use Edmond degradation method. Then Western blotting has low throughput, in fact the lowest throughput, and it can be only used if you have antibodies available against that protein of your interest. Sensitivity is very high here, but again you cannot identify many proteins using Western blotting method, because you need to have antibodies against all the proteins available. So in proteomics studies where you need to identify thousands of proteins in a short time, you use MS based method, and those are peptide mass fingerprinting and tandem mass spectroscopy.